Boysies, how are we? Hope we're good. Hope we're having a phenomenal day. Welcome back to another video. I'm actually going to teach you today how to do what you said you were going to do in 2024 and become a man that does not miss. Allow discipline to set you free and essentially elevate so high above your current self that you are only capable of success, living a purpose driven life, having the physique that you've always wanted, and just dominating across the board. So, your current situation, or should I say, shit-uation. So, the problem you're facing right now, you're stuck in a life that you hate. People are telling you, be grateful, settle for what you already have, it's fine. Just, find joy in the little things. At least you've got a roof over your head, at least you've got clean clothes to wear, at least you've got water to drink. I get that. I'm super grateful for the position I'm in, super grateful for what I have, but it doesn't mean I'm not hungry for more. And I don't think for a single second that you guys should ever rest in your laurels and just think, you know what, enough's enough. Like, you can always have more. But the thing is, you guys are capable of so much more, and you know that. You might even currently be stuck in the rat race, and I'm not some sort of business mogul guru guy. If you've got a job that you love, that inspires you, phenomenal. But if you feel that you're stuck in a job, a position, a place that, you know what, it causes more stress, anxiety, pressure than, quite frankly, you want it to be, it is completely on you to change that. Because it can happen. I've managed to take two full-time members of staff on board over the last 12 months, taking my partner, Amy, out of her full-time role as a legal analyst for a law firm. So she works full-time for me, has complete lifestyle freedom. Taking a guy, Mark, who is a full-time strength conditioning coach for us inside the Peak Performance Project, out of his full-time role as a firefighter, and giving him the opportunity to be a full-time bodybuilder, father, and coach. So again, it's possible. But again, you've got to work in your self-development to now have the keys to access the doors which are going to open to give you a better quality of life. But that is maybe for another story for another day. You might even feel miserable, depressed, and lacking confidence because you're not really in the best shape you possibly could be. You could be a hell of a lot better. You're maybe floating around 16% body fat and up. Your testosterone's low, you've got low muscle mass, zero consistency or motivation or drive, and you lack follow through with the things you say you're going to do. So you're always constantly breaking trust with yourself, shooting yourself in the foot, and every time you start to build momentum, you end up giving up because it gets too hard. So let's fix all of that today. Hopefully my coffee is drinkable, it's not too warm. You know what it's like when you burn your tongue. Not ideal. So first things first, right? We've got to set clear goals, boysies. We've got to remove the limiting beliefs. Everyone has limiting beliefs, self-limiting, self-imposing beliefs, right? Oh, I'll never make that much money. Oh, I can never get in shape. Oh, I can't track my food because I'm just too lazy. Oh, I'm too busy. I've got too much on. Yo. Let's slow things down and cut through the shit. Everyone has enough time. Everyone has enough will, but everyone does not have the right amount of skill. And that's why working with a coach, a mentor, a person that is further ahead than you will be one of the best things you could ever do for your personal development and success in life. But what would life actually look like if we were true to ourselves 100%? If you looked at yourself and honestly thought about who you are right now and who you want to be, how can you time collapse that window, that space in between where you're at and where you want to go and how you can best get there, and really get crystal clear on the looks, the attitude, the way he performs, the way he thinks, all of that kind of stuff, because we're going to dive into that right now. But if you don't follow this path, you're never going to truly, really be fulfilled in life because you're always going to think that something's missing. And what peak performance essentially is to live a life in your own terms where it feels like nothing's missing. And that means your physique, your energy, your finances, relationships, friend groups, whatever it may be, have to all be aligned, very aligned with what you truly want. Not only who you are now, but who you want to be. Because when you start acting like who you want to be, you get closer to being where you need to be. Okay? So ask yourself, what physique do you really, really want? Okay? Muscle mass wise, aesthetics, proportions, body fat percentage. Like for me personally, I love being lean, athletic, having maybe sub 10% body fat year round, having a strong upper chest and shoulder to to width ratio, so my waist is tight, legs are thick, quite athletic looking legs. I want to not only have like the muscle mass of a bodybuilder, but look like an athlete in my clothes, out my clothes, and really have a strong head turning physique. That's what I want, and that's what I'm building towards every single day. Then you got to ask yourself, what career do you really want? Is doing what you're currently doing right now, is that aligned with what you truly desire in life? Are you just showing up every day, ticking a box and getting a paycheck at the end of the month that, quite frankly, is not even like an amount of money that inspires you to give a fuck about what you're doing? Like, you gotta really think, how much money do you want to make? How much impact do you want to have? Being a coach is a great, great job for me. One, because I can impact so many people, change their lives, their happiness, their health, their physique, their body, and give them the confidence to go out in life and potentially make more money because they finally back themselves. How cool is that? And that's one of the things, status, authority, leadership, it all matters so much more than you think. You got to think as well, where would you actually live? Currently, I am staying in Glasgow in the UK, in Scotland that would be. And I don't want to live here forever. I love Scotland, I love Glasgow, it's great, but I do not envision myself living here forever. I see myself living amongst places like Bali, Dubai, Australia, New Zealand, other parts of the world, which quite frankly align with my values more than Scotland currently does. And that comes down to the weather, the climate, the people, the environment, all of that kind of stuff. Then you got to think country, city, how you want to travel. Like, see, when you go on holiday, is it just hopping on a Ryanair flight and getting there, or is it like going these extravagant, fun trips where you can actually take business or first class? I've never done that myself, but I have goals of doing that. I envision myself being able to do that eventually in time, because that's the kind of character, the identity, the person I truly want to be, and I'm happy to think lavishly about that. And I don't think there's any ego attached to that whatsoever, because I do generally want nicer things in life. I think you guys should want nicer things in life. I think you guys should aim high, shoot for the stars, and really allow yourself to envision a life in which, quite frankly, you never thought was possible, based upon you now acting in accordance with who you want to be, working on your self-development, allowing that self-work to develop that self-worth, and really building momentum in a direction you want to go. You've got to ask yourself as well, what people do you have in your circle? Friends? What environment are you in? Mentors? Other like-minded individuals? Are the people you're hanging around with energy drains, energy vampires? Or are they, people that inspire you, people that hold you to a higher standard, people who call you out on your bullshit, people who raise the standard of the room? The people I used to hang around with are not the same people I hang around with now. I try to find and navigate myself into new circles, social situations, friend groups of people that are just doing what I want to do on a higher level, and that allows me to elevate myself to their standard, therefore grow and develop faster. So you got to think network as well. So the men, the women, how you spend your time, if you're a guy, what type of girls do you want in your life? Do you want 4 out of 10s, or do you want 10 out of 10s? What kind of men do you want to hang around with? Slow, slobby, fat guys, or lean, athletic, confident men that are doing amazing, inspiring things in their own life? You got to think that, because your network does equate to your net worth, and that is a bit of a cheesy quote, honestly. I'm going to be real with you, but I do honestly believe that is there's gold to be found in that. Like, it really is. So who do you need to become? Visualization. Struggle to say that. I think I've got like dyslexia or a lisp or something, or just not enough caffeine in my system. But visualization. What time does your future you wake up at? For me, I went through a season there of about 9-10 months of waking up at 3:30 every single morning to read, to write, to do cardio, to work on my mind, work on my body, get ahead of the day, and work on my personal development, because I knew there was areas of my life still lacking. And I've said before, your level of success will never outweigh your level of personal development. And people always say I do not have the time, but it's like, if you're going on holiday and you've got a flight to catch at 4 a.m, you have no bother getting up. So why can you not get up for your own goals? My friend Mark, the head coach inside the project, said that to me once, and I was like, wow. Really, really kind of like opened my eyes to what people value, You got to ask yourself as well, how organized and structured is the person you want to be? How time effective and efficient is he? How does he manage himself, his time, attention, energy, and effort within a single day? Is he spread too thin, procrastinating, going from task to task, stressed and anxious and pressured, or is he like clean, cool, calm, collected, like a James Bond character? Always ahead of the game through diligent time and self mastery, through planning, effective time management. You got to think this way. Okay, how structured really can you be? How will you train? Are you one of those guys who goes to the gym, does a bit of, treadmill, and then does a wee bit, or do you go into the gym with a clear, laid out, structured, progressive training split that is going to allow you to build strength, muscle mass, improve your body composition, allow your body to develop at a rate in stage of momentum that really gives you the confidence and belief that you're now doing things right. We work with a lot of clients in fitness. We have about 80 plus clients within our core program, which is the Peak Performance Project. And every single one of them say to us, we love having the plan in place. Why? Because it gives them confidence and clarity and allows them to execute. There's too many decisions to make in a single day. So when it comes to your training, if you're a normal person, to think about what you now need to do in the gym can be overwhelming massively. So getting your training laid out for you and having clarity in mind when it comes to progression will be huge. Then you got to think, how will you eat? Is it clean, organic, whole, nutrient dense food? Personally, for me, the only things that are processed that I tend to eat in a day would either be a protein bar or a protein shake. The rest is like steak, sourdough, rice, potatoes, fruit, veg, all that kind of good stuff. I only eat whole, nutrient dense, organic foods because it improves my testosterone, allows me to flush inflammation from my body, allows me to build a leaner, healthier, stronger physique. Everything's aligned with the outcome of who I need to be, the visualization of the man that does not miss, the man that I truly know I believe I can be. Then you ask yourself, how often do you study? Do you actually spend time personally developing? Every single day I will watch, read, consume, listen to books, podcasts, content online for maybe 30 to 90 minutes daily. Compound that over a year, that's a lot of time spent listening and learning. And quite a lot of the content you're seeing here right now is study. For you guys, you are learning right now as you sit here. You're being present. You're looking at me in the face when you're out doing this, and you're being extremely kind of present and taking notes. Potentially, hopefully, that would be the case. And you're giving yourself an opportunity to develop your brain, your body, by showing up and doing the work that no one else can do for you, which is consuming good quality self-development content that is going to allow you to grow and develop. So you got to think, how often do you study? Is it daily? Is it weekly? Is it bi-daily, bi-weekly? I think taking 30 minutes per day to study is going to be one of the best things any man can do for themselves in 2024. And if you can take a moment to just manage that and put that in your diary and make it happen rather than doom scrolling on TikTok, YouTube, looking for the next dopamine hit, then you're gonna level up and become a 1% man very, very quickly. Then you got to ask yourself, how do you operate? This could be with work, relationships, business, physical, mental, emotional. But how do you actually operate? Are you one of those kind of victims, low profile kind of, I wouldn't even say low profile, that's maybe not the right word, but kind of low mood, weak, kind of unemotionally intelligent men that just let life almost happen to them rather than them taking ownership of life and operating at a high standard, holding the ship steady, leading from the front, being a leader amongst men. Because men, honestly, everyone needs a leader in life. And if you operate in a low vibration, a low mood, guilt, shame, anger, doubt, stress, fear, then you're only going to attract that into your life. But if you operate out of enlightenment, joy, peace, happiness, abundance, you will quite frankly notice that you open more doors to more successful rooms that allow you to grow and develop at a faster rate. Pain management and stress. Okay. How good are you at handling the highs and handling the lows? Every single day there's a problem I have to deal with. Right now I'm working through a seriously bad injury with my knee. I've got tendinopathy in my hamstring. my patella tendon, I've chipped a bone, I have bursitis in my knee. I'm still training every single day, even some form of legs. Doctors say don't. I'm saying I'm going to work around it, going to rehab this motherfucker, going to allow myself to grow through the pain and manage it as best I can with the right supplementation, rest, recovery, nutrients, movement, mobility. I'm managing it. I'm not giving up. Then stress. There's going to be so many things that can stress us. It could be a tax bill. It could be a off the cuff car bill that comes in. Could be anything. Could be a fallout with your spouse, your partner, a friend, a money problem, doubt or worry. But how do you manage it? Do you just, oh my God, life's over, I can't do this anymore, so I'm going to give up on everything, even my goals, and just be a little victim and, go wank into a flannel in a dark room because this is what makes me feel good? It's like, is that really how you're going to operate? Because, God, honestly, we coach a lot of men, and I know in the ins and outs of a lot of these guys' lives because they're all open and honest with me. And when we find out how they respond to stress, fuck, we can change that for the better. Because if you're stressed and you, let's say, I know, for example, hit the fuck it button and go down a valley of self-deprecating behaviours, then you're going to either stay down there until someone pulls you out, or you're going to lose all your progress and momentum and really find yourself in a worse off position. But if you can ride through the storm, stay resilient, and push through the pain and manage it appropriately like a man, you will be able to level up at a faster rate, and that will callous your mind and body and allow you to grow and develop at a much more consistent level across the board. Then you got to ask yourself, what do you do when the devil calls? What is the devil? The devil is almost like that little voice in your head that says, go have the burgers, go have the beers, go have the drugs, sleep in today. Oh, you don't need to work. Yeah, it's just work. It's just my business. I don't need to. It's like, coach won't know if I eat this second foot long Subway today and have all these cookies. It's like, oh, it's just a little bit of fat. It's just a little bad meal. It's just a little this. What do you do when the devil calls? Are you someone who submits to the bitch, to the devil? Are you someone that just rolls over like a little weak puppy boy, little puppy pussy bitch boy? You said, okay, I'll have the chocolate. I'll have the cake. I'll have this. Are you? Because you're never going to get where you want to be if you're just always falling victim to those instant gratifying behaviours. And from this day forward, you must act in accordance with the best version of yourself. From this day now, watching this video, from this day, you will act in accordance with who you now need to be, and that is non-negotiable. So raise your standard. Goals are not good enough, right? The standard of life and your current position must be elevated to your goals. So there's a quote, right, and I might butcher it, but you don't ever rise to the level of your goals, but you fall to the level of your systems. I think that was it. I think I've nailed it. So think about this, right? What were your systems? Everything I've talked about there, the visualization, the planning, the routine, how you do what you said you were going to do, they're like your systems, your operational standards. So you have to elevate to your goals through solid set systems, habits, routines, and responses, so you can self-actualize, enlighten yourself, cut through the noise and the bullshit, and start winning, behaving, and working towards the very best version of yourself. The standards of how you operate must be evaluated to have what you want and acquire goals. So think about it. If you're someone who sleeps in, eats a bowl of Captain Crunch in the morning, has a Powerade, then doesn't even shower before work, goes into work, has like a tikka masala ready meal, and then comes up the road, plays video games, has a wank and smokes weed, do you think you're going to have a great physique, high levels of testosterone? Do you think you're going to be able to attract women? Do you think you're going to make the money? Do you think you're going to get any further in life? No. So this is a wake-up call. If your standards right now, how you operate right now, are out of alignment with who you now need to be, then you need a checkup from the neck up, and this is yours. Time waits for no man, and this is me calling you out right now. So diary optimization. I was going to say daily optimization because I had a little bit of a brain fart. So more caffeine must be going in the system. Your diary must reflect who you need to become. Never how to achieve scary goals. You never set your diary up in alignment with like, this will get me to my goal. It's like, no, you need to set it up in alignment with who you need to become. So if your diary currently is wake up, work 9 to 5, that's it. That's all that's in your diary. You now need to create your diary in alignment and structure it with the person you want to be, because then the person you want to be will achieve the goals that you currently want. You know what I mean? So it's again acting in accordance with the identity. Identity. A lot of people don't understand identity. Identity essentially is like your habits, your traits, your behaviors. If your identity is out of alignment with who you want to be, you'll never achieve it. If your identity is in alignment with the 2.0 version of you, the 10.0 version of you, if even the very best version of yourself, then you'll elevate to that set standard and become that man. Simply. So Google Calendar or the Peak Performance Weekly Planner are great places to start. If you want a copy of this Peak Performance Planner, drop me a DM, drop in the comments below. Reach out to me on social media, Instagram, anything. Lewis McFarlane Coaching on Instagram is probably the best place you can get me, and I'll send it directly to you. I'll actually show you this right now. Hopefully it still stays with me. Yeah, we're still here. Awesome. So this is the Peak Performance Weekly Planner. What you can do here is manage your time, attention, energy, and effort across the 7 days in a week by working out where your work commitments are, personal development, personal well-being, downtime are going to be spent. And what you can do is just click these drop downs and choose what you're doing, whether it be work, emails, meetings, education, reading, training, meal prep, hobbies, king or queen time, which is you time, journaling, leisure activities, family, childcare, sleep. I would recommend you set this up with success in mind. Keep to the same schedule every single day. If you work a 9 to 5, you work on your crafts from 5 to 9. That's a wee quote there. But I would set the same wake and sleep schedule pretty much every single day on the weekend. Give yourself a little bit of buffer time to spend on relaxing, recharging, getting your head straight, getting some creative time in, some time away from work, time on other tasks. I'd put training in at the same time every single day. Even if you're following like a 5-day split and you've got the weekends off, still go in and maybe do some cardio, get some steps, do some mobility, some core training, go a swim, go a run, go a walk, whatever it may be. But map out everything and get crystal clear on how you're going to manage and set your time up. Because therefore, when you've got your priorities aligned with productivity and you've got purpose-driven goals and direction, your productivity goes through the roof, your efficiency and time and self-management excels, and you will now find that you stop chasing your tail and get crystal clear on how you need to navigate a week. Because let's say, for example, you start work here and you finish here. Let's say work, boom. And you're obviously, I'm not going to do all this right now, but you're just literally working 9 to 5. So look at all this other free time. You've got these 4 or 5 blocks in the morning, 4 or 5 blocks in the evening to do what you now need to do to work on yourself, your health, your well-being, and everything else in between. So it'd be ridiculous not to do that. And that was just me utilizing one of my client Daniel's trackers there. So we'll get back on present. So yeah, diary optimization is absolutely crucial. Absolutely crucial. Training program, very important. 5-day split. I think a 5-day split is perfect for any man. I think every man should be able to work out and train 5 days per week. If you can't train that many days a week, what is going on with your life? It's like 45 minutes an hour out of your day. It can happen, right? So I would recommend a couple of different splits. I'm going to run through 4 different splits, which would be a push-pull legs, push-pull, very good for developing the upper half of your body, giving you a really nice athletic and aesthetic physique. Only 1 leg day as well, so again, you're not walking around like John Wayne, but you can really hammer the delts, chest, back, and arms consistently and blow yourself up and have a really good aesthetic rig. I love that split. Or you can do push-pull legs, upper, lower. So again, running the same first 3 days, but an upper, lower, again, spreading the volume and frequency a little bit more. Those upper, lower workouts could be like power and strength days if you really want to develop more kind of strength across the board. You can work in maybe a lower volume, higher intensity, less frequent training split that way. But you're still getting a really good amount of frequency throughout that week there, tapping everything, if not twice to 3 times per week, which is phenomenal, and really allowing you to develop a strong, healthy, jacked fucking physique. Or you can do the push, pull legs, chest, back, delts, and arms. I'm quite pissed off myself seeing this because I didn't put the wee dashes in between the pull and the legs. But yeah, push, pull, legs, chest, back, delts, and arms, phenomenal. That's like a men's physique workout, tight waist, jack chest and back, huge delts and thick arms, and really, really ripped up athletic legs. Or there's the upper, lower, upper, lower, upper, which again, a phenomenal workout. If you want to commit to 5 days, but sometimes feel that you might have to drop off a session, upper lower is going to be great for you because it's going to allow you to hit the time, the frequency, the consistency of your sessions with having a little bit of flexibility. And this is one thing we do inside the Peak Performance Project is we will create bespoke specific training phases and programs for every single client that comes on board so we can get the most bespoke plan in place to allow you to develop your physique at the fastest rate possible. So again, if you want to work with us, hit the link in bio or hit me up on Instagram and we can potentially talk about a partnership on how we can work together. So nutritional roadmap, what we got to think about here, right? If we want to lose body fat, get lean and have a stronger, healthier, leaner physique, I would always go through a couple of different phases, which is essentially 4 phases, right? Maintenance phase, which should be priming the body for elite results. It's going to be 2 weeks, 2 weeks of just sitting at maintenance to allow your body to essentially prime its metabolic health, allow it to synthesize the protein, the fats, the carbs, utilize it, get your energy, your sleep, your routines in a normal position without being in a deficit. Just essentially steady the ship for 2 consistent weeks straight. Then we want to look to go into a dieting phase where we lose body fat mass and build muscle tissue, just get a lean, athletic physique built off the back end of a dieting phase, looking to drop between 0.5 and 1.5% of scale weight every single week and until we're roughly about 8 to 10% body fat, because that's like where all men truly want to be. Testosterone is going to be the best, physique's going to look the best, your abs are going to be popping, you're going to be vascular, jacked forearms, etc. You're going to look great. You're going to look absolutely great. And that will take as long as it takes, for many different people. Some guys might be starting at 300 pounds, very, very fat. Some guys might be starting at 75 kilo and have maybe 10 pounds to lose. It's completely different for everyone, so it's about finding out where to start and where you're going. Then, once you get ripped up between 8 and 10% body fat, we're going to reverse diet you. That's going to be 2 to 4 weeks reverse dieting, adding roughly 55 to 75 grams of carbs per week until we hit maintenance calories. And you will really see that the intramuscular carbohydrates are filling out. And I'm going to rephrase that. You're going to notice that the carbohydrates allow that intramuscular swelling to take place. You look fuller, you look harder, you look more jacked. You might gain a little bit of weight there because it's a reverse diet. You're going to be eating more, but we don't want to see scale weight jump up too much. We want to almost maintain weight here, if not give or take 0.5%, 1% of total body scale weight. We want to really see you fill out and get strong. You'll see performance gains. You'll see your muscle density. You just get stronger across the board and just look a lot more manly and full. Then once we've hit that maintenance phase over 2 to 4 weeks and you've actually restabilized at a higher, healthier scale weight and body composition, we can go into a lean gain phase where we're looking to obviously push 0.25 to 0.5% scale weight every single week until weight increases to about 14% body fat mass or a 16 to 24 week period, and you're fucking jacked, you're huge. So between maintenance phase and lean gain phase, we may be talking between 6 months to a year. Really fucking strong though, really completely different from photo 1 to photo 2. Mind-blowing results because you're maybe skinny, fat little chubby boy here. Now you're jacked alpha motherfucker with a lot of muscle, still lean, full as a shipwreck house, looking ready to fucking rock and roll. The way you're going to do this, guys, is pretty much understand and work out your calories by using a TDE calculator to work out your maintenance. Protein, roughly always about 0.8 to 1.2 grams per pound of lean body weight. We don't want to go over the top of protein. I'm a big fan of a high protein diet, but when you go over the top, your body sometimes doesn't really partition the protein properly and it can get stored as fat mass or something, or extra glycogen, which is essentially unessential. So keep protein about 0.8 to 1.2 grams per pound of body weight, which is always great. Fat's about 1 gram per kg of body weight. So if I'm 80 kilos, I'd have 80 grams of fat. And then you got your protein sorted, your fat sorted, the rest of the carbohydrates can come in, and that'll be your remaining calories. So don't ever trust the TDE calculator for the macros. Trust it for calories. It's going to be not 100% accurate, but a ballpark to be fair. And then utilize that protein, carbs, and fats breakdown there to work out your macronutrients, and you can be good to go from there, my boys. Then, areas of study. You're the only vehicle you actually have in this life to create the success in which you want. You have 100% power to create it, okay? Your areas of study should only be focused around mindset, training, nutrition, lifestyle management, high performance habits, business principles, learning to be a better man, learning how to operate in a business environment, learn how to build and create better routines, productivity, high performance mindset, lifestyle management, how to manage your social life, eating out, how to eat better when you're in restaurants, nutrition, obviously know your macros, protein, grams, carbs, fats, calories, all that kind of good stuff, What foods make you feel certain ways? What foods make you feel worse? What food actually makes you feel great? What foods do not agree with you? Learning all about that by self mastery and testing, and then building and cultivating a really solid set, strong mindset, and learning how to train and develop your physique, your strength, and your body properly. Then there's niche career topics specific to you. So whatever niche you're in, whether it be drop shipping, coaching, speaking, public speaking, selling products online, whatever it may be, you've got to learn about that. So the best thing to do is find little pockets of time to study on these areas and generally build a routine that allows you to focus on this area, which is going to allow you to improve on the niche career topics in which you decide to lean against my team. So take action, guys, right? Don't just sit here. Don't just sit here thinking you're winning by wanking off to some self-development content again. We know you do it, Set your fucking calendar up, because I'm gonna stop for a second, right? Being on this video for as long as I've been speaking, about half an hour. If you've not taken anything from this properly, you've just wasted half an hour of your life. You've wasted half an hour of your fucking life. So don't just sit here and listen and wank away and go on your phone in between. Honestly, take action. Set the calendar up. Get in the gym and train like a beast. I've given you your training, your nutrition already. Prepare those meals for your macros. Pre-plan your food the night before. Track protein first every single night before the next day so you know what you're hitting. Then add your carbs, and then the fats will take care of themselves. Give yourself an opportunity to experience pain every single day through discomfort. Short-term pain equals long-term gain. Quit the vices, quit the booze, the drugs, the procrastination, the sleeping in, the games, the TikTok. Fucking start studying. Learn something. So many guys stop learning once they leave school, and that's ridiculous. So start today. Yes, not tomorrow, today. Success moves very, very fast. And if you ain't getting busy with it, it's going to get busy without you. So we got to realize as well the power of focus, right? This is your focus, this little kind of yellow ball here. When you're, imagine this, and we've also got distraction, okay? So all these different lines here equate to the same length as this line. But imagine you only got, it's hard to, I had this in my head before I created this, but you've got this line, and all those little lines there equate to that big line. Imagine you had straight, direct, undisturbed focus towards the person you want to be, the physique, the body, the confidence, the business, the relationships. And it was just directly correlated with that outcome and goal. Whereas you have all these different things. Oh, I'm going to do drop shipping. Oh, I'm going to start working my body. I want to start doing this. I'm going to start doing that. Oh, but I need to do this. I need to tidy my room. You're going to be spread too thin. You're going to be thinking about too many things. So you've got to focus on the vision, the mission, the identity, the person that you want to be, and act daily with that. Act in accordance with that. Otherwise, you're going to be all broken up. You're not really going to have direct focus. You're going to be diluted. That would be the word I'm looking for. So you got to have power of focus to be the man that you want to be. Otherwise, you'll be spread too thin and you'll be all chopping and changing all the goddamn time and never get to the outcome in which you truly desire. So let's get it, lads. Don't let this just be another self-development video that you watch and consume that, quite frankly, does nothing. I've given you your planning, an opportunity to download the planner, an opportunity to work with me, an opportunity to understand how to nail your foods and track your calories and work out your calories so you can get lean, strong, and healthy. How to train, what to train, and if you want that training split, send me a DM and I'll send it over to you for free. And again, I'm giving you things to focus on, to study, to create, to visualize. Like, I've got my board behind me. I look at that every single morning and visualize my goals, my dream outcomes, the life that I'm currently living. And where I want to take it. It's as simple as that, guys. Don't sit in the sidelines any longer. If you want to be a better man in 2024, now is the time. We're already in April, which is ridiculous. And if you don't get busy living, you're getting busy losing. So, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Much love. Speak soon.